Hi guys. So I almost forgot to record Bear News tonight because I was building a deck for F&M and came up to bed to watch TV and I realized I hadn't recorded it yet. So I'm doing that now. I've some somewhat interesting news today because some weird stuff's been going down this Monday. So I'm just going to get into it because one of the last things I have to actually read a chunk of the article because the whole thing is just kind of a bit ridiculous. So we'll just get straight on to the news. The first piece of news is that a gator in Florida, yes, an alligator, he rocked up to a Walmart to have some low prices, only to be locked out of the store. That's just rude. He just wanted to buy some things, people. Basically, he kind of stopped outside the door, and the door kept opening and closing, and people freaked out, and he eventually wandered off to a lake that's behind the Walmart. And everything was fine. That showed up as news. Yeah, I kid you not. A police officer in Tennessee was fired. He was basically kicked off the force after an incident with a squirrel. What happened was, the squirrel was in a Dollar General store, causing a bit of a nuisance, and after animal control couldn't really get him, this police officer shot at him. He fired his gun, and then they ended up macing and pepper spraying the squirrel. And when people were eventually let back into the store, he was seen pinning the squirrel with his foot, and the squirrel was dead. I mean, he'd either shot it or frightened it to death. And when he basically was asked by the mayor why he did this, he refused to explain himself, so the mayor fired him. It was a squirrel. How much trouble could it have been causing to unload to shoot your gun, and they won't release how many times he shot it, and the Dollar General store won't release their security tapes to find out how many times he shot this thing. But I mean, he shot at it, or shot it, maced it, pepper sprayed it, and then pinned it with his feet, all while there was people around. So something tells me maybe he shouldn't be on the police force. Just saying. Fair news. Oh, the NYPD mistook Jolly Ranchers for meth. Yeah. There's a tagline on this one that's amazing. It's like, hard candy shouldn't get you hard time. Like, that's what it says. That's actually what it says. And a New York City man was arrested for drug possession because he had 4 blue Jolly Ranchers and 2 red Jolly Ranchers in his pocket. And the police thought it was meth. Now, they were in their wrappers as well. Obviously, he's been released now because it tested as a non-narcotic, but that actually happened. Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are delicious. Just saying. Except the cherry ones. The cherry ones can die in a fire. But all of the other Jolly Ranchers are delicious. And then the last piece of news I have, and I have to read a part of the article for this one because it was really quite funny. So when I'm looking down, I'm reading off the screen, so you're wondering what's going on. Not that I ever really look at the camera anyway, because I forget I'm supposed to look at the camera. I just look at myself. To make sure that I'm in shot and such, and waving my hands around, and it's, I'm vain. It's fine. Zombies are hurting America, and they haven't even attacked yet. Now that is the start of the article, and I'm basically going to read the article to you now because it was hilarious. Basically, Fox News' Dr. Manny Alvarez would have you believe, in his column that he published last week, he decrees that American society's obsession with The Walking Dead and the inevitable zombie apocalypse is going so far as to say that the craze is pulling our focus from music, education, science, or the classics. The idea of a zombie-infested world inspires fantasies and monsters possessed by the uncontrollable rage to kill, and viewers get a thrill imagining what it would be like to participate in a new world order. Give me a break. As a doctor and a scientist, I know one thing for sure. When you're dead, you're dead. Your brain should be less focused on imaginary zombie hordes and more focused on harnessing the tools that we need in order to enhance our lives, whether it be music, education, science, or the classics. Entertainment should help us soothe our brains so that we can ease our minds of the stress of our daily lives. Wake up and smell the coffee, stop obsessing over eating brains, and focus on cultivating your own. It's entertainment, dude. Get a grip. I mean, zombies are entertaining. Let's not we all like watching zombies because it's so far from anything that could happen. Because there's so many articles out there supporting the fact that a zombie apocalypse would never actually be able to sustain itself. There is so many reasons why it would fizzle out quite quickly. So we just enjoy watching it. We enjoy watching people, becoming assholes and becoming better versions of themselves, trying to keep everyone alive. It's crazy. There's also another line in this article that basically says, "But are zombies really taking a toll on this great country where we can simultaneously eat a life-size unicorn cake filled with rainbows and read a story about a teen mom star vowing to eat her own placenta? The facts prove otherwise." I kid you not, they're actually the lines in this article, and I don't understand why it's such a big thing, because it's just entertainment. We watch these things to get immersed in another world where you're it's so different from your own life, because for the most part people, they get up, they get dressed, they go to work, they come home, they eat, they sit down to relax and try and forget about the day so that they watch something that's completely unlike their own life. Zombies are a great way to do that. I really think it's a bit silly to think that it's taking away from everything else. I, for instance, love zombie things, but I don't not read other things and only read zombie things. I would read a lot of zombie things, but I also read different kinds of stories. For the most part, it would be fantasy stuff because I like to get lost in a world unlike my own. I watch a lot of TV shows, I watch a lot of cop shows, I watch a lot of sitcoms, I watch a lot of rubbish, but it doesn't mean that I don't find clever things enjoyable. It's just a thing that we do. Okay, I need to go asleep now. Well, I don't need to go asleep. I need to go watch some TV now and relax because I've been working today and I'm still getting over the flu. Bye, guys.